Everyone in this room has a piece of paper, and you have a decision if you either throw it away and just don't care, or if you take it home and think about it for the next 12 months and just do something useful. Create a new Tor node and become part of the top 50 Tor list, and you'll get a token. Do something else that's really useful. Support the Förbund, do something very creative with the Chaos Communication Congress here or whatever. Do something that supports the community, and you will be rewarded by getting off this list. For people that are doing something really useful, we will be thinking about a special reward as well that we will be giving out. So that is maybe how we'd like to, it's another try how we try, or another angle that we try to take to involve every one of you, to not just stand by idly and watch, but just become active and do something that is according to what you can actually do and according to your potentials. So thanks a lot for the patience and for listening. Guess we're at the end of this talk. We have about 5 minutes left. If there are any questions from all those topics or whatever you always wanted to know, I guess that's about the time to ask. Thanks a lot. Thanks. Make sure you can all be applauding yourselves next year for not being on that list. So, any questions? Yes, Jeremy.
Hello. First of all, I want to tell you how much I admire you. You're my heroes.
The project, please.
So I'm Jeremy Zimmerman. I'm co-founder of La Quadrature du Net. And I don't say this because we, as activists, make the same kind of calls very often. But you're here calling people to become heroes and participate to your ongoing courageous effort. What I want to do for everybody who doesn't want to become a hero or may think he doesn't have time or something like this, you can also use your money to support. I gave a few euros. I gave a few euros to WikiLeaks. I gave a few euros to Wikipedia. I became a member of EFF and so on. And this is something you can do that is very easy and very, very helpful.
Thanks, Germany. Yes, thanks.
Yeah, thank you very much. Big respect to you guys, but this has become like a prayer meeting, so I really can't resist the urge to bring it down by asking you what I hope is a difficult question. I just wondered if you wanted to comment on your role in the release of the hacked emails of the UEA Climate Research Centre and the following misreporting by the media, which, as far as I've had the time to judge, was misreporting. Do you have any kind of philosophy there? I don't say you shouldn't have published them, but I wonder if you're philosophical about that now.
Absolutely. I wanted this to be one of the things on the list, but it would take too long to talk about. To give you some background for the people who weren't maybe not aware of the issue, the CRU is the climatic research unit in the UK at the University of East Anglia, and it has some of the most famous climate scientists in the world whose recommendations go into the IPCC, the International Panel on Climate Change. Okay, we released over 10 years worth of emails from the CRU and those climate scientists discussing, actually they specialize in temperature. So is the Earth getting warmer? Is it getting cooler? What are the models? What is the code? And the normal sort of debates that scientists have, political and scientific. Those emails revealed, amongst other things, that actually these scientists had been conspiring to evade the Freedom of Information Act in the UK because they were being FOI'd by climate skeptics. Evade in the sense of actually deleting stuff. And they had some other motivations, that some of the stuff was given to them in confidence and they wanted to preserve the confidence that they had agreed to and preserve the future relationships. But there's no doubt that there was a combined, it's in my career interest, it would be bad press, and I promised a company some years ago that we probably wouldn't do that. So the mainstream press, and in fact a lot of internet types in the United States, then went over that material, and yes, they did take some things out of context. So one climate scientist was speaking to another saying, here's a mathematical trick that we use to, etc. And so those of you involved in maths, you'll know that trick just means a cool technique. It doesn't mean anything mendacious. So you're saying maybe we shouldn't have released this. Of course, our promise to our sources is get it to us. If it was withheld from the public and it's of significance, we will release it. That is our promise. It doesn't matter what we think. So we had no choice to release it whatsoever. Then there is the general philosophical principle of, actually, this is a great historical document. It's a really very, very interesting historical document in how did, over the past 10 years, global warming, how did that become an issue? What were the debates between scientists? It's a really, really important historical document. And later on, the UK papers, which have close involvements with British intelligence, lots of journalists have come out and say how they have secret briefings from British intelligence and that they do each other favours, etc., said that we received this stuff from the FSB. Just 3 days they said this before the Copenhagen conference. So my opinion is that probably, not certainly, maybe the papers did it by themselves, but probably UK intelligence tried to frame us as being a conduit for the FSB because actually they didn't like the truth of what was in those emails. Absolutely outrageous.
And one detail as well, just because the effect, which is very important. When this was published, at some point in time the CRU proclaimed that they are misrepresented by this selection of information and that they will see into publicating the rest of the material that they have to correct the picture. So this is essentially something that needs to be triggered by something like this. This is the most positive effect you can have from such a publication, is that someone says, this is not the full picture, so I'll give you everything that I kept secret before, but I'll publish it now just to make sure that the picture is full and correct.
Yeah. So what we want people to do is fight with the truth. If people shoot truth at each other, then after the bodies are cleared away, all that remains is the bullets of truth in the historical record, and then we can get somewhere.
Thank you very much. It's honesty and thoughtfulness like that which will definitely be seeing me trying to get off your list next year. Thank you.
Thanks.